everyone. I'm Guy, co-founder and CEO of Pose. I'd like to introduce my aunt. This is Michelle. Michelle has a boutique store that sells designer gifts and accessories. Like most small businesses, she suffers from two major issues. The first issue is store management. She spends hours manually managing her inventory and receipts. And without a real tracking system in place, it's hard for her to hire someone to help her out. Now, we know this problem can be solved by a variety of systems that can manage inventory, manage receipts, track customer purchases, create reports, and more. And we'll show you how we're solving this issue in a few moments in the demo. The second issue I'd like to talk to you about is marketing. My aunt explains that it's increasingly getting harder for her to break into new markets and reach new customers. So back in the day, I immediately hooked her up with an online store and an email newsletter system. Now, my aunt holds an MBA in marketing, so she immediately saw the upside to all this. But what took a bit longer to realize is how much extra work I put on her. In addition to everything else, she now has to manage her online store and her distribution list and newsletters. I knew there has to be a better way of doing things. Now, I mentioned Michelle not because she's my aunt, but because her business represents a large portion of the customer base of the companies that are here today. And what these businesses need is something simple, designed for people like them, something that will not only save them time, but can also save them money. So we took our passion for superb user experience and design and combined it with our knowledge in online marketing and commerce. And we came up with Pose. Pose is redefining the point of sale. And I'd like to show you a short demo of what our cash register looks like. Now, this is where my aunt manages her inventory. And this is how she rings up sales. It's actually even fun. This is where she manages her customers. She can bring up a customer's information, see their previous purchases, and easily add them to the sale. And this is where she now manages her orders and receipts. Pose is an intuitive, tangible, and tactile system people just know how to use. Now, we started with the cash register as our core feature, since we recognize it as the heart of business, the one must-have utility small businesses use dozens of times a day. And we also have a pretty smart management system. Not only can you now manage your business from anywhere, but you can get live data of everything that goes on in it. What about e-commerce? For too long, the online commerce world and the physical commerce world have been separate. That's why with Pose, launching, not setting up, literally launching an e-commerce site is just a flip of a switch. Once products are set up in the system, a full-featured, beautifully designed e-commerce site is ready to go. And when a product and promotion are updated in the system, it automatically appears in both the cash register and the online store. We also know how important extending the shopping experience beyond the wall of the store is. So imagine when a clear and readable receipt is already waiting in the customer's inbox when they get home, all with personal promotions and recommendations. In fact, we know that 60 to 80% of small business customers are return customers, a fact few businesses know what to do with. So instead of spending thousands of dollars on traditional ads, they can now send out focused and personalized promotions to people who actually want them. Let's talk about business. Although we plan a direct play towards small businesses, we are geared for partnerships. Pose was built to be very flexible when it comes to monetization possibilities. Everything from white labeling to bundling different features at various price points. And we're already talking to potential partners like ISPs, telcos, and financial organizations that see a tremendous value in adding Pose to their services catalog. Our direct play business model is a pay-as-you-go monthly subscription with no long-term contracts and commitments, all for the price of a cup of coffee a day. Let me tell you a little bit about our team. We're a 6-man team based in Israel. I'm heading the product department. I've designed products for many large enterprise and startup companies. And my co-founder, Nir, which is heading the technology, has spent the last 15 years providing solutions for online solutions for enterprise companies, and has an e-commerce platform that services thousands of small businesses for the past 12 years. What's next for Pose? Well, our time under the radar ends today, and we're going to launch Pose to the public by the end of Q3. Thank you very much.